we're like at that season where I'm looking forward to everything. You know,
Yeah.
like, do you know there's that like golden couple weeks where you're
Right,
like, I
yes.
look forward to
The honeymoon
everything.
phase.
Yes, I'm in the honeymoon phase.
Hey everyone, this is Yvette Hampton. Welcome back to the Schoolhouse Rocked Podcast. I am back this week with Aby Rinella, and we are going to talk about the school year. It is a new school year and summer's over. You guys are already into your school year, and we're going to talk about what this is going to look like. We're going to discuss what's ahead for us for this school year, what we're excited about, just kind of a wrap up of what is going on. We're going to talk about just some of our struggles and fears and stuff, because we have lots of those. And then we're going to talk about, in the last episode, making homeschool fun and some fun ideas for you that you can implement this year to make your homeschooling fun for your kids. But before we get into it, I want to say thank you to our sponsor, CTC Math. If you guys are looking for a great online math program, visit ctcmath.com, try them out for free, and they offer a 100% money back guarantee.
Ooh,
Did you know that, Abby?
I did not. I've never heard you say that.
I know. I don't know why I wasn't saying that before, but yes,
That's a big deal.
it is a big deal. And it's up to like 12 months. So you could use
Wow.
it for like a whole year and then say, you know what, this didn't work for our family.
Wow.
And they will refund all of your money. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
they really stand behind their product, and they're great at teaching math. So if you guys need them, ctcmath.com. Well, Aby Rinella, welcome
back.
to the Schoolhouse Rocked Podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're talking about school and about homeschooling.
That's what we do here.
And it's what we do here. How's your summer been? I mean, it's so funny. You and I have been so busy that we've like cut each other like ships passing in the night.
I know.
Pretty much this whole
Ugh.
past summer. It's been kind of crazy. So how was your summer?
Summers fly. It's like if all these, you think it's going to be forever. Our summer didn't start till July because June was okay. We were done with school at the beginning of May. Everybody take a big breath. So we had a really long summer, but May and June were really cold. So, which was amazing. And we loved it. So I feel like we got a really good summer in. And so by the time this airs, we have been back to school for quite some time. So
Yeah.
it was an awesome summer. It was relaxed. It was fun. I don't feel like we just crammed so much in that it was a whirlwind.
Yeah.
And then when it was time to go back, we were ready.
Yeah. What was your favorite thing that you did this summer?
Went and visited family in Montana. It's always our favorite thing because we have cousins and we play, and it was hands down the highlight.
Yeah. We haven't been to Montana yet.
No?
It's one of our states that we have not yet.
Aw. It's actually
hit.
where all my family's from. I'm the first generation Idahoan, actually.
Ah.
So-
What are people in Montana called? Montana-oians? What would they call them?
That's Idahoans, Montanans.
Montanans?
I think you're a Montanan. That's a good question. I think you are a Montana. I've heard my family says Montanan.
Oh, well,
from
then that's
Montana.
probably right.
You're from Montana. What was your highlight of the summer?
Oh man, our summer was good. It has been probably the best summer we've had
Oh, really?
in the past many years because we didn't do any traveling. And here's the thing.
Right.
We love to travel. We love going to conferences and seeing people and meeting people and speaking and showing the movie and doing all that fun stuff. But at the end of last summer, my girls were like, and we're done. We don't want to
Yes.
travel
Aw.
next summer. And so
Right.
we said, okay, so we haven't. We did one really small conference in Oklahoma City, which was only about an hour and a half from us. And it was like a one night thing. Garrett and I went and we were part of a couple of panels and showed the movie and stuff. And that was really fun. But other than that, we didn't do
Oh, so you had like a real
anything.
summer,
We did. And
not
so
a working summer.
no, it wasn't a working
Awesome.
summer, except for podcasting, of course, which is always fun. That almost doesn't feel like work to me. That's
Right.
It doesn't actually. It's just talking to people. So it has been good. Both of my girls went to camp,
Oh,
and that was their first time going to church camp. And that was
Wow.
really fun. They really had a
Aw.
great time going to summer camp. And so
fun.
just building friendships. Like it has been a summer for all of us of meeting people and building new friendships and, strengthening other friendships that we already had in the works. And
right.
it was good. It was a good summer.
Awesome.
But it was exciting to jump into the school year too,
Right,
at the
right.
same time. So
And your
So, yeah.
last school year with your
Ah.
oldest, which kind of made it your last summer with your oldest. I mean, not last summer ever, but your
Right.
last like going in, between school years
Right.
summer.
Yeah, next summer I will not
Wow.
be school
No.
planning for her.
No.
So,
And that'll
yeah.
be probably her last summer off because once you get into the real world, you don't get summers off.
Well, that's been kind of funny. So she had a job. She got a job this summer. And so that's been just kind of a new
Right.
thing. She's
Right.
had a job before. But she's working in the mall, like
Wow.
at a t-shirt store in the mall. So, that's been a different thing for our family. And
Right.
I'm trying to coordinate her work schedule with my recording schedule, and everything else that we have going on has been a little bit tricky. But yeah, it is our last, so
Wow.
it's our last summer with her, not as an adult,
Right.
because she'll be 18 in December. And so next summer she's going to be an
Man.
adult. I mean, I fully expect her to still live at home next summer.
Yeah.
But yeah, Abby, it's so weird getting here. I'm like,
Oh,
how in the world are we here already? And it's been
that's crazy.
hard. So many emotions. Like I can't. It's weird because I know that when we get to the end of the year, we have a graduation meeting in just a couple of weeks, and so
Oh
we're
my
already planning for
goodness.
her graduation. We go to this big co-op. There's like 1,200 kids from K through 12. And so I think there's maybe like 30 seniors in her co-op.
Wow. In just the
Yeah,
co-op?
just in the co-op. And so they do a graduation for this co-op for all the seniors, and which is really great.
Mm.
But we're already planning for that. And I don't know if this is a thing. This was not a thing when I was a kid. Seniors, of course, because we're from LA. So seniors 30 years ago when I graduated, we all went to Disneyland. We went to grad night at Disneyland.
Wow.
And that was like the big thing. Everybody did
Right.
that. And it was really fun, actually. You would dress up, like there was a dress code and it was strict. The girls had to wear like dresses. The guys had to wear a tie and like
Whoa.
a
At
dress shirt
Disneyland?
and slacks at Disneyland. Yeah, you couldn't wear jeans. And we were there for like, they would let seniors in. They had senior nights, like, for a whole month probably, because there were thousands of schools that would go. And so for the whole night, we would get to go when Disneyland closed all through the middle of the night
Oh.
into the next morning when it opened up again.
Right.
So we had, the whole park was full of seniors. It was really fun. Well, now I thought that was a big deal. Now all these kids go on senior trips. And I mean, like some of these kids, I don't know if this is like everywhere, if this is just like an Oklahoma thing, but they like will go to Europe and all these crazy things. I'm like, honey, we don't have money for you to go to Europe.
Wow.
So I don't know what we're
Wow.
going to do for her senior trip, but we're thinking
So
about
like,
it.
do you
and
have
trying-
to do it, or are you just
Well-
like, this isn't what we do?
Well, here's the thing. It's peer pressure, Abby.
Oh, you
This
know
is
how to stand
homeschool.
against that.
This is homeschool mama peer pressure. Like
Wow.
all the other kids are doing senior trips. And so what are we going to do? I'm like,
So
well,
just your senior goes? Just your senior?
well, no. So sometimes it depends on the family. Like sometimes the whole family will go, or sometimes like the senior and mom or senior and dad, or sometimes
Wow.
like a group of seniors will go with,
Okay.
a couple of adults. I don't know. So now I feel like we have this crazy thing that we have to plan for, which will not be Europe unless, I don't know, money starts growing on our tree or
Wow.
something, but I don't know. So we'll do something special for her, I'm
Right,
sure. And we
right.
have, like several months to save for
What
it
about like
and
a
to plan
missions
for it.
trip?
Yeah. Well, we could do something like that. I
You
know lots of
know?
people do stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. Dun, dun,
Interesting.
dun. This is
Dun,
going to
dun,
be to be continued.
dun.
We will let you know at the end of
Wow.
the year what
I
Brooklyn's
knew a
senior
ton of
trip
kids
is.
that did the senior trips, but we
Yeah?
didn't. I mean, we did. Yeah, it was a big thing when I was in high school.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't. I was like, get a job, and
What did you do? Did you do something special?
I graduated high school. That's pretty darn special, right? I mean, I feel like that was
Abby, anybody can graduate high
that
school.
was special. I guess I didn't feel that. I guess maybe I grew up so much not going with that flow that it didn't even faze me. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or part of me too is like, my parents are paying for my college. They're paying for, like, I would
Right.
not even want them to have to pay for something like that. I guess
Yeah.
I never even expected it nor really thought about it. I did do several missions trips in which I raised my own money and did these
Yeah.
amazing trips. And those were life-changing. And I would
Yeah.
suggest that for everyone,
Yeah.
because it was just, okay, I'm done with school now. How can I serve and see what's going on in
Right.
the world and just see the bigger picture of outside of my own little
Yeah.
teenage drama bubble and what's everybody doing and what am I supposed to do? So I think that was probably my most life-changing post-high school experience.
Yeah, that's
Was
amazing.
missions.
Garrett
Yeah.
and I met on a missions trip.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
To Mexico. Yeah.
Ah, I
In
did a
high
missions
school.
trip to Mexico my senior year. It was
Did you?
life-changing.
Yeah.
So there you go. Send her on a missions trip to Mexico.
And she'll meet her future
Done.
husband.
And she'll meet her future husband.
It's amazing.
Perfect.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back. We want to thank all of our sponsors for making this show possible. BJU Press Homeschool, CTC Math, Apologia, and IEW. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do this. Visit the show notes for links to these great companies and thank them for supporting the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast. We are back with Aby. So what are you looking forward to most this year as you're, just getting started out in the year and you've got a whole 9 months ahead of you, sister?
Well, we're like at that season where I'm looking forward to everything.
Yeah.
Like, do you know there's that like golden couple weeks where you're
Right,
like,
yes.
I look forward to
The honeymoon
everything.
phase.
Yes, I'm in the honeymoon phase. I'm looking
The
forward
homeschool honeymoon
to
phase.
all of it. Yeah. I always look forward to settling in. I look forward to just the pace of homeschool, the routine in the mornings, the cozying into the house, that's always what I most look forward to.
Yeah.
What
That's
about
fun.
you? Yeah.
This year, I think I'm looking most forward to being more structured. As weird as that sounds.
Yeah, you keep saying that you're going to be more structured this year.
Yeah. I've been this summer. God's been just really showing me some different things about. I am such a scattered person. Like I try to do 10 things all at one time, and I know that it's not good. Like multitasking is one thing, but I will try to like multitask.
Right.
And so I'm like trying to do laundry and clean the house at the same time as doing school with the girls.
Right.
And, you would think I had learned this many years ago, but I'm like, this isn't working out so well for us. I really need to focus. So I'm taking after Aby and I'm actually blocking out, like for real, legitimately blocking out 4 hours to 5 hours a day, depending on what we have going on.
Right.
Of just school, like phones away. And I've been preparing my girls for this. Like, this is how it's going to go down.
Right.
And so I have to do that. And I'm looking forward to knowing that like, that is what our homeschool day is going to look like. And it won't be perfect. I'm not under any illusion that it's going to play out perfectly every day.
But you're going to get so much more done in such a shorter amount of time because you're not going to be so distracted. And you're not going to have to constantly refocus the kids. I think you're just all in. And I bet you are going to find it takes way less time than you think when you do it that way.
Yeah, I think so. I'm sure. Yes, that's going to happen.
I think the biggest thing is, like you said, if you put your phones away, that was a game changer for me. When during that school block, I put my phone like in another room. So I couldn't even look at it.
Right.
I think it cut my time in half.
Yeah. Well, so this is what happened last year. And at the end of last year, I was like, I was such a mess last year because here's what happened. And I think I've explained this a little bit. We were traveling almost all of last summer and I had signed up for these co-op classes, but I honestly, I did not, it was like, do as I say, not as I do. I did not even follow our own, advice on the podcast. Right. It's not that I didn't pray at all about it. I just didn't think through it. And to be honest, I probably didn't pray about it nearly as much as I should have. I did not really commit all of that to the Lord. We were getting ready to leave for this big road trip at the beginning of summer last year. And I had to sign the girls up for their co-op classes before we left. So I just did it without really thinking it through. Well, then it ended up that they had co-op on Mondays. Brooklyn was Monday and Wednesday. Lacey was Thursday. And then I recorded on Tuesdays. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we were basically out. It was weird. And then that gave us Fridays, and Fridays we were trying to catch up on life and laundry and dishes and grocery shopping, all that stuff. And so it made it impossible to have just some really good, solid time at home.
Right.
This year, both of my girls are doing the same co-op on Mondays and Wednesdays. And it's not all day, but for the few hours that they're going to be there, they have the same schedule. And then Brooklyn is driving now. So she'll drive them for a good part of the year, which will be great. And then I'm only going to schedule my work hours to record and do Schoolhouse Rock stuff while they're at co-op. So basically that gives me Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday to be able to be home with them. And I'm so excited to be able to have this time with them where I can really focus on just building that relationship with
Right.
them and schooling and getting the
Yeah.
academic stuff done that we need to get done without having the stress of like, oh, we don't have time. And now I
Right.
feel like I'm rushing and having to do all these other things at the same time. So,
Yeah.
so
And
yeah,
I try
I'm
to do
looking
the same
forward to
thing.
it.
We do like a 1 or 2 day out. And then I try to schedule everything in chunks so that we have
Right.
most days just at home without having to go somewhere. I mean,
Yeah.
because for us, if you have to go somewhere, say at 10, it's not like you're going to start school before 10. I just feel like it's a wash of a day.
Right.
So I try to do everything
Yes.
all in 1 or 2 days. And then we're just home getting school
Right.
done the rest of the days.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are you doing for curriculum? Like I would love to know what your curriculum is looking like this year. What are you using? I don't need
Okay.
every detail, but what are some of the things that you're using? Because we get asked this a lot.
All the time. People actually, I've gotten it, well, at this time of year especially, I've gotten
Yeah.
so many private messages. What are you using? And like you and I always say, I hate to share that because I don't want people to think that that's what they should use.
Right.
But I do just share, okay, this is what I'm using. It doesn't mean it's what you should use.
Right.
But every year is different. Every year you learn like, oh, I didn't like that or I did like that. So I'll just plow through. So for math, we've gone back and forth, but we're back starting last year. We're back to I sit with each kid and teach math. I feel like I loved teaching textbooks for a season, but I feel like I kind of lost track. I mean, I feel like I was disconnected with what was going on with the kids and they were passing lessons, but I don't know how much they were getting. So I reeled it back in last year and I sit down with each kid and teach math. I won't always do that, but just so I can really, really see where they're at and then feel good if I need to let them go do like a teaching textbooks. So, and there's lots of options for that. We just happen to be doing master books for that, but there's BJU has a great, but that's one big difference that I switched up last year is I am sitting down and actually teaching math to the kids again, like I did when they were little. Okay, I'm going to plow through.
So wait, let me ask you a question on that.
Okay.
So when you get to those higher math levels, if you get to a point where like you just don't know how to teach that particular level of math, what do you do there?
Well, I think when I have not got, I love math. I love math. So I haven't gotten there yet because I love it and we're in high school. I may end up getting there with my son because he's pretty advanced. But I love math. So I did math. I mean, I chose to do extra math in college just because I liked it. But if I were to get to that point, then I probably would go back to like a teaching textbooks or a CTC or something where someone else is teaching them and I can just sit with them and monitor them,
Yeah. Right.
So I'm a terrible person to ask that because I do love math, which is probably not the norm for most homeschool
But lots of moms do. So I love that.
I genuinely do.
You
and
take that and run with it with
and I
your
think
kids.
that's why I can also sit with them and teach them because I like it. Okay, so something I'm most excited about. Well, okay, also just for history and literature, we're Sunlight people and we're doing American history. My older kids are on their second year or their second go around, and my youngest is on her first. And I love American history. I mean, it is like I love it, and it's all literature based, so we get to read so many amazing books together. I'm a little nervous this year because there's more with I'm having 2 different cores going. So I'm going to have to figure out, there's going to be a lot of audiobooks. Let's just say that. But I'm super excited about American history. But what I'm most excited about is this year we're doing anatomy and physiology. So I feel like I finally have it dialed. I love Apologia. I love Apologia's, what is it? The Young Explorer series.
Yeah.
So we're using that as our spine, even though I have elementary, middle school, high school. That's going to be kind of the spine. And then for my older kids, I'll dive deeper. So for my high school daughter, we're doing a natural medicine class to go in line because she's so into that. Last year, we talked about, we did an ethnobotany where you learn about how your local plants can be used as food and medicine. Yeah. And she loved it. So we're taking it next level and we're doing like a natural medicine course to go with anatomy and physiology. And that, I think I'm most excited about that this year because it's something new. It's something finally, when they get older, you're like, this is what you love. Like, this is what you're passionate about. And so you get to just find all the things for that. And so I'm super excited. She is so excited. Like, it's the first time I've seen her so really, really excited about a subject matter.
Yeah.
So, and then I haven't used, this is the last thing I want to share. The fallacy detective. We do a lot of this logic stuff. And I think that's important for I think it's important for homeschool families to be doing is logic. Just to help with the world we live in. It's not a logical world. People don't logically debate things.
Right.
And so we're doing that. And then I want to show you this. Did you get this? I got this in the mail. It's, the Torchlighters?
Oh,
The Torchlighters
how
videos.
did you get that in the mail?
Do you know the Torchlighters videos, right? So
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
of course.
So you get a DVD and it has like 16 of the stories of the different, and they're all and for people that don't know, they're missionary stories or people that have impacted. I mean, how would you describe it? I would say missionary stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then there's this book and you watch a movie and then there's a whole chapter on studying that culture, studying that person, studying the biblical things in their lives. Like I don't know how I'm going to fit it in. I have no idea,
fun,
but it looks super cool.
That's a great like morning basket.
Yep. That's
activity.
What we're going to do it for, is in the morning basket. And it'll kind of go along. Maybe I'll do like every other day when we're doing our Bible.
Yeah.
Maybe that, or maybe once a week. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm just super excited about it.
So you said you got it in the mail. Like, did you not order it and they just randomly sent it to you? Are they just randomly sending it to Americans all over the place?
It's a funny story. It came in the mail and it's a full book of curriculum and the full DVD set. So I was like, I don't remember buying this. And then I thought maybe they mistakenly sent it to me and I didn't pay for it. So I called them because I'm like, I either need to pay you for this or I need to send it back. And they're like, oh, you must have forgotten. But like 9 months ago, we did a promo and we were sending them out for free if you signed up for our newsletter. Well, I had totally forgotten. Wow. So apparently I did sign up to get it.
Oh, that's cool.
I know. It was a super fun surprise. And it's from Voice of the Martyrs.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Voice of the Martyrs. So I'm super excited about checking that out.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll link that in the show notes. We'll link all of these things in the show notes so that you guys have access to them. So that's great. That's a great lineup.
I know. I'm excited. I think I'm most excited history and science.
Yeah. So cool. I love it. You want to know mine?
I'm ready.
You're going to have to wait till tomorrow.
Are you
Or till Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're out of time.
Oh, man. Everybody's on the edge. Okay, so everybody can go digest what I'm using and then come back for more.
We will come back on Wednesday and talk about what the Hampton family is using and some other things related to homeschooling this year. So thank you guys so much for listening. Abby, thank you for being with me. Stay tuned till the end of this show to get a clip of what's going on and what we're going to be talking about on the next episode of the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast. We love you guys. If you haven't signed up for our newsletter, go to schoolhouserocked.com. Share this episode with your friends. Share the whole Schoolhouse Rocked ministry with your friends. We would love it if you would do that. Have a great day. We'll see you back here then. Bye.
Education is discipleship, and this is something I didn't understand until I was probably 3 years into homeschooling. The Bible teaches us in Luke 6:40 that when a student is fully trained, he will be like his teacher. And as we look around the culture right now, I think it begs the question, who is teaching our children? Who is teaching our children, and what are they teaching our children? And to me, the primary benefit of having my children home with me is I am able to impart my worldview to my children.
I'm a sinner and they're sinners. And I think my struggle that I've realized I need to really work on is I just have this attitude of like, if you guys would just follow along with what I have planned, follow along with what I'm doing, like get in the passenger seat, it's going to be good. Like you're going to find joy. You're going to love it. I have so many amazing, exciting things. But instead, I have real kids that grumble and complain. I have real me